Good morning. Start off as I usually start off. Today I'm going to talk about probably one of the biggest steps you need to take in order to achieve things, to gain confidence, to really progress in life, and that's taking action. Now you can have all the idea, in the spiritual world, people have, not everybody, but there's people who will just sit and wait for things to happen. But the key thing when you want to manifest something into your life is taking action. And I think I've mentioned it before, there's four letters, CCIA. Committed, consistent, imperfect action. That is all it requires. So it's about being committed to the action. It's about being consistent. It's about it doesn't matter if you're perfect or not perfect, and then it's about taking the action. So here now, this is my third live. I'm not perfect at all in any way, and for me, there's a lot of discomfort. It's like when I was starting to do the videos, the 30 days of 30 videos, I felt very, very uncomfortable initially for the first week or two. Then I started to slide in and found it easier to do what I needed to do to get done. And but I was committed to doing the 30 days. I was consistent. And they were imperfect, definitely. There's imperfect now still, but I still do them, and that is the key. And it's about having the courage, because to build confidence in something, you've got to step out to do something before you are even confident doing it, and that requires courage. Now, the stories you see with knights. You see knights charging down the battlefield. You don't say those knights had all the confidence in the world. You say them knights had all the courage in the world. Charging into battle, maybe for the first time or maybe for the 10th time, but it's still not going to be the same. It's courage. And courage requires us to step into the unknown, knowing that something could go wrong. And for them knights, it could mean death. So, and it's about understanding. There's a couple of things I want to talk about with regards to taking action. Some of them require us stepping into our fear. And so when we step into our fear, it is scary. It's really scary. But it's about knowing that fear is normal. And it's about embracing that fear. Stepping in to that fear, knowing where that fear lives within our body, and then embracing that part of us, because fear is normal. Fear is a normal part of any process, and if you want an amazing life, then you have to step into that fear and acknowledge that fear and know that fear is normal. And everybody goes through it. Fear is normal, and everybody is it is normal for everybody to feel the fear. Even speakers have been doing it for years and years, have that little bit of fear, that nervousness, that anxiety beforehand. It's just how you deal with it in that moment. And it's learning, where does that fear live in your body? Because when you know that fear lives in the body, then you can go into that fear. You can embrace that fear. You can really, really utilize that fear. Because again, fear is part of who we are as human beings. If you try to push it away, it comes back stronger. But if you embrace it as part of you, you can work alongside that fear to find out, where's that fear coming from? What is the root cause? And when you can find out the root cause of that fear, that's when you can work out and delve deeper into that, and to change all the things, the root causes, because when you change the root cause, everything unravels. And it's about practicing getting out of your comfort zone, having the courage to step into it, whether it's public speaking, whether it's a new relationship, whether it's stepping into building your own business. But again, you have to have the courage to step into it. And it's about practicing that. Doing one thing every day which makes you feel uncomfortable. And being able to sit with that fear, that uncomfort. Another thing you can do, have somebody to help you do it. Have an accountability partner. Have somebody to tell you, you can do it. You can do it. And then go and do it. But you need somebody, an accountability partner who's not going to be a pushover. I've had accountability partners who asked me why I didn't do it, but then stopped there. But I've also had accountability partners who have really said, why didn't you do it? What really stopped you? And they questioned me. And they're the best people to have as accountability partners. People who question you. Who don't take no for an answer. You're going to do it. And push you. And the final thing I'm going to talk about today is celebration. I know from my own personal experience that I need to celebrate more on what I do, because quite often I don't always celebrate. But I need to celebrate, because celebration allows you to feel the success. It allows you to embrace and to have some time off, whether it's a holiday, whether it's a day off, whether it's just a normal cup of coffee or something, a treat, chocolate. It could be whatever. But it's about celebrating the wins, and even celebrating the losses, because again, you learn from the losses. You feel that failure, and you step into that failure, and you're like, okay, how can I now move that failure into something where I can succeed and do it? But these are the keys. So it's about CCIA. Committed, consistent, imperfect action. About having courage. Stepping into the courage. It's about stepping into the fear. Knowing what fear is like in your body and embracing it. So how can you have the courage today to step in and take action? Because action is one of the is in my eyes the number one step you need to take to start to achieve an amazing life. Have a good day.